We're going to talk about how to remove bad gasoline from a gas tank. There's 3 methods, so let's go through all 3 quickly. Number 1, taking the fuel line that goes from the outlet of your petcock to your carburetors. That's this line right here. Disconnect that and let all of your gas drain out of your petcock. That's method number 1. Method number 2, get your key and put it in here and open your fill nozzle, and then you're gonna get one of those little hand pumps and pump out all the gas from this tank. Fair warning, when you open this cap, this gas in here has been sitting for a long time and it's gonna smell worse than your mother-in-law's house. It's gonna be bad, just prepare yourself for that. Okay, third method. Okay, after you get your seat off and your tank is free, you've probably got 1 bolt that connects your tank to the frame. Mine was right here and I already took it out. So then your tank will lift up, and there's some rubber grommets on the front up here that slide straight out. You can see them up there on the frame. And then your tank is disconnected. Your petcock is going to come with the tank. It's bolted to it.
Make sure it's in what position?
And make sure the petcock is in the off position the whole time you're working on this, or else you're just gonna spray nasty gas all over yourself. So once you've got the tank off, this is the method I use. I just open this thing up. I come over to my oil catch can and I dump all this horrible nasty gas in there. So this gas has been sitting for at least 6 years that we know of. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Look how brown it is.
What color should gas be?
Gas should be clear, sometimes with a slight bluish tint to it in the sunlight. Sometimes you gotta give it a little shake. Get the last little bit out. So the last little bit is tricky to get because there's a lip on the inside of the fill hole. So you got to bounce it up and down. And then once you can't get any more, you're going to stick a paper towel wad in the hole and then shake it up and down so that the paper towel catches it as you're bouncing it up and down. Okay, that's about all I'm gonna get. So now I'll stuff a wad of paper towels in there and keep shaking. Okay, next step, I'm gonna take a few paper towels and just wad them up however. And I'm going to stick it in the hole so that when I bounce it around, the paper towel catches the gas on the inside. So if you look, I got gas all over this tank. So if I was gonna put this right back on and ride it, make sure you wipe off all of this gas with either some Windex and a microfiber towel or soap and water, something to get it off. Just because it's a fire hazard when it's on the outside of the tank. Your engine's really hot, you don't want some sort of spark lighting up your gas tank. It would make for a very bad ride. Clear coat will protect your gas. If you have a 2-part catalyzed clear coat, it will protect your gas tank from being eaten by gas. If you have just a cheap spray-on clear coat that you get from AutoZone, it is not going to protect from gas, and the clear coat will instantly get eaten by gas. So if this method is not working and all of your gas is so old that it has become gel on the inside of the tank, you're gonna need to get some bolts and nuts and washers, just some spare hardware that you have. And I know this sounds ridiculous, but drop a bunch of bolts and nuts in the tank and pour in some carb cleaner or just some more gas and shake it around. And that should get all the gelled up gasoline to at least break up a little bit. and then you'll shake all the bolts and nuts out. If you can't get them all out, get yourself a bendable magnet rod, and then you can get all of them out. I've had to do that many, many times. Okay, before you lose your paper towel to the inside of this horrible gas tank. Yeah, that is soaked. Make sure you don't rip your paper towel. You don't want to leave pieces inside. Look how nasty that is. Okay. I'm still going to have to do the bolt shake method on this one because it's so rusty inside. Ooh, it stinks. But I've almost got all the gas out. You'll be able to hear as soon as the gas stops sloshing around. As soon as the paper towel has caught all of it. What do you do with this gas after you get it all out of your tank? Sometimes O'Reilly will accept gas like this if you take it in a container, and you can take it to their recycle center where they recycle oil. Okay, I'm not hearing any more sloshing. I think we've got pretty much all of it. Now, if you want to dry out the inside, you can just take this outside and let it evaporate for a day. While it's still wet though, I would drop in a bunch of hardware and shake it around and get all that rust cleaned out. If you don't clean out that rust, it's going to ruin your carburetor and your fuel filter immediately when you try to start it up. So make sure this is clean before you try to start up your motorcycle.